Right, there's something. Interesting. I don't know why it's not working properly. Oh well, here's hoping it's not going to be a problem. Should be fine. Yes, should be fine. Why is that? Sorry, one moment. I'm gonna try and work this out because this is gonna bother me otherwise. Huh. I don't know. I might be. Hopefully, you're not hearing an echo. If you are hearing an echo, that's not ideal. Thank you very much. That hair is wild. Good to have you on board, Mofish. Not actually sure who you are, other than I'm just trying to connect the dots. But let me know if you wish to. Otherwise, you don't have to. But yes, welcome and good to have you on board. Talking of my hair, I do have to actually get rid of it at some point. If you know me at all, then you will know that I have an annual haircut usually, and it's about this time. So in my future stream, I'm sure you will see a very shorn version of me. But anyway, that's for another time. This is the third part of my series of building Wordle. But not Wordle. Please don't sue me. I will not be selling it, obviously. I'm not sharing it as such. I'm just showing how I'm building it. And for anyone that hasn't followed along, the aim of this is I am building a Canvas app, at least to begin with, that is built in the style of, let's say, a citizen developer. So maybe someone who doesn't know too much about the Power Platform and is just getting started and playing with it and trying to build an interesting app. The aim here is to show that functionally, talk through what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and what you might do differently in future. And then once it's a fully working version of the game Wordle, I'm then going to take it and I'm going to do it again. But this time I will take it a step further and add in a bit more efficient options around Power Effects, a bit more development mindset, try to not repeat myself as often, avoid copy and paste and things like that. And then next version after that, I want to start getting more into, well, how do I actually make this an enterprise app? Let's say it's a business application that we're actually building and some citizen developers built it, they like it, they've shared it with a few people, and now they want to take it to a whole bunch of people, maybe a team. So how do we do that? What do we do to take this particular app into that world? Can it be done? What do we have to do that? So that's, in a nutshell, the aims of this whole series. Along the way, I will be learning as well, because to be honest, I haven't done a lot of Canvas app building in my time. So this is a good exercise to build that. It's also useful because I like Wordle, and it's annoying that I don't get to play more than one version of Wordle every day. Admittedly, I know I can pay for it, but why pay for it when I can build it? Again, don't sue me. Right, so with that said, let's get into part 3 and catch up with where we were. Okay. So yes, this is where we got to. Let's just play this for now. There's still a bunch of debugging stuff around. Hey, Igor, good to have you on board again. Welcome. All right, so yes, there's a bunch of testing stuff going on still here. We'll sort a bunch of this today. I'm going to reset, and then let's say words is the word. Let's just see that everything is still working as it should be. Let's guess that. Press enter. All right. Okay, well, something's working, but yes, this, we had to fix this from last time. Things are coming back. Right, so that one, again, this is the joys of copying and pasting and repeating yourself. If you're not careful, it's quite easy to introduce errors like the one we're seeing. I'll get to that in a moment as to why. But yes, we can see that the O is working properly. That is all as it should be. We should have the next. Yes, that's not all highlighting. Good. We fixed a bunch of that stuff last time. So let's go and fix this first box because that should be green. So let's go. First go to the one that is working. And what we're looking for is we look into the fill because that's the thing that's doing the color. Let's have a look at our formula. So this is the formula we have. I'm going to copy that for now. And then let's have a look at the other one for its fill, and we'll see that it is different. Yes, see, look, there's a lot more going on here. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. It's late. I have noticed doing these late at night. I say late. This is my time of activity. I have a child. He's asleep. This is my time to do things. So what I have noticed is consistently actually trying to do this. This is now my third week in a row at this time. My brain does not work as well at this time as it has done in the past. So I am definitely slower than I am in other times. Anyway, so let's copy and paste in. So this is what we have in the one that's working. Let's see what's different. There's a bunch of things there. We got true 0, then that's this. Our word. Okay, so we're doing something different here. Didn't need that. You know what? Doesn't matter. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that in there at all. We can just get rid of it and try and remember what we're doing. So this should be 1 because it's the first character in the word. That should be all that is needed. Hey, there it is. Perfect. Right. So that's working again. So let's go crazy and put in the correct words for every guess. Oh, of course, I have to play. Word. Word. Why is it not typing? I didn't press enter. Oh, that's interesting. Words. Words. So what I'm doing here is I'm just validating that. So I've talked about this before. I like to test various things along the way. Now, if you're doing this in a proper development way, you really should have stories ahead of time with functionality that you actually are aiming to test. In an ideal world, you have tests ahead of time, so you actually know what you're going to test before you go and build something, and then you're repeating the same tests. That's what you really should be doing. But I'm doing this by gut because I'm a citizen dev. I'm just going to throw in all my words. Make sure that all my boxes go green. Excellent. They all go green all the way to the end. Oh, word too short. That's interesting. We should. Yeah, so it doesn't let us do any more. Okay, good. Excellent. Let's reset all of that. Now let's go and do something a bit dumb. Let's put in the same thing, but in a different order. No, W, because this should also work. Oh, for goodness sakes, right? Okay, S, R, D. Will that work? Yeah, that works. See, my brain's slow. Oh, this typing is very irritating. Having to actually type it out with my mouse is just so slow. Why am I doing this? I showed you this at the end of the last stream. Right, let's do this. Publish. I'm going to publish it because we've got a version. I want the version on my phone. And I set that up last time so I can share it from my phone where I can type things much quicker because it's just much easier on a keyboard. I just need to make sure I'm actually connected. Please bear with me. Connect that, share the screen, and voila. And we switch over on here, and voila! Now we should see the app with me. All right, so now what was I doing? I was testing with SD. Wait. SD. Oh. The version on my phone is an old version. It has, see what's on screen? I didn't press the publish button. I pressed the publish button, but I didn't publish the version. It's gonna be one of those evenings. Now I've just got to wait because obviously on my phone, I need to wait for it to tell me there's a new version so I can use the new version. In case you haven't done this before, that's what you have to do. It's irritating. Well, to be fair, anytime you have to wait is irritating. Especially when it's live. That just makes it worse. I suppose I could try going back and come back in, see if that brings up any better way. So we'll go back. And then we'll go back in. Hopefully this will... There it is. New version. Tap. Yes, please. Haha. New version. Right. So we want our, oh, that looks terrible. What the heck's happened there? It pushed my, when the keyboard appeared on my phone, it popped the whole thing up. Well, that was insane. All right, so the word is words. Let's just reset the button. And then let's put in SRDOW. Enter. Perfect. SRDOW. Enter. SRDOW. Ah, okay. It is a little bit quicker, but it's also somewhat error prone because these keys are all over the place. Again, copy, paste, move things around. Horrible locations. Get in there, get in there, get in there. One more, one more. Way, right. So, in case you missed that, we validated that every text box goes green when the character is in the right place for the word. Perfect. Every character, every box goes horrible, limey, greeny, yellow color when the letter is in the word, but not in the correct location. So there we go. We validated this stuff. What we should also do really is validate that the whole thing works with the wrong, with the no letters. So this one should be a much easier one. Yeah. P, 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 all the P's. Excellent. Perfect. This is good. This is good. It's coming together. Ooh, I really need to sort out the layout of this. It looks horrible. But again, all right, so I said this first part. The well, let's find out, shall we? WWWWW. What would Willy Wonka wake? That doesn't work. Yeah. Wait a minute. I see what you've done there. Interesting. You have troubleshot something for me. I like it. That's worrying though. So let's see what happens if I put in O. Okay. All right. So it's just that. Ah. In that case, let's switch back over to the app and see what's going on. Let's reset and put in www, and then we can have a look at what's going on. www, lots of W's. Wait. How in goodness is that happening? So let's switch back over. So on the app, on my phone, I have a horrible limey, oh, capital W. Good call. Good. All right, so you operate better at nighttime, it would appear. Yes, so for anyone that isn't following chat or following along, what has happened there is interesting. So because I've typed on my phone and it's a thing that thinks that I'm actually typing English, it's capitalized my word that I've input. And so as a result, I am checking if the word contains the character, but I've not lowercased it. So that's why it is doing that. Is it? Yes. Although, is it? That does sound like it is. 1 second. Let's go double check. All right, let's go in here. And so the way to test that in my book would be to change this to capital. So it's the same as it is on the phone. Always try to replicate. Very important in all worlds of IT and support. All right, so there we go. Perfect. So that is failing in the same way as it was on the phone. Let us have a look at Phil. And what are we doing? So self and the account is, yep, that's fine. That's just basically validating the first part. Then we're checking the first character. Is it equal to? So we are lowercasing. All right, so the lowercase here would be this color. What's this color? I can't remember. All right, so that's lime green. Ah, right, yes. So we're checking here. We're lowering. It is in there, so it's... Wait, what? I taught you well. That worries me. Why? I will get this, but why is... So again, I said this before, and I will say it again. I'll probably say it every damn stream. Logic for me is tricky. I don't know what it is. I'm always slower on the uptake than I should be. It just is what it is. All right, so let's highlight. Lower self.text is W. If we do self.text, capital W, yes. Okay, that's fine. And then the word to guess is capital W. Oh, it's the other way around. All right, okay. In case you hadn't caught that. So basically, I am lowercase in the text, but that's because I'm lowercasing the text in the label. I am then comparing that against the word, the character in the word, which is uppercase. I have not done anything with that word when I'm doing my comparison. So really, to be on the safe side, I should actually lower both sides. And then what we should see is green. Yeah. So thank you very much. That's a good one to call out. I look forward to more little nuggets that you throw out on chat, Mr. Mofish or Mrs. Mofish or whomever you are. There is a picture, but I can't quite tell. Right, so you have to be careful with these little things that it's easy to miss. And this is why, I mean, software is complicated. I'll not hold it against a software developer if they introduce bugs, really. If you've worked with me, you probably will find that I probably will. But if you do it repeatedly, that's very irritating. But the thing is, things are complicated and it's easy to introduce bugs, always. That is why, as in software development, we want to be testing our work. It's why we want to be reviewing with other people. This was caught by someone watching me do this. This is one of the reasons why extreme programming is a thing. For anyone that doesn't know, look it up. Extreme programming is pretty cool. Just no one in the world of consulting would ever do it because it means having two people paid at the same time to do something, which is a shame. So yes, the governance and processes around application lifecycle management, which is just a fancy term for saying, I'm making something, I need to validate it actually works the way it's supposed to, and it deploys in a consistent, repeatable manner. This is the sort of thing that you want to try and catch, and that's why we have all these extra processes to try and catch these things. Now, this might never have actually been caught in the point of the actual app ultimately, because I'm inputting some text here, whereas ultimately the app's not going to be inputting. I'm going to be using a predefined list of words. But it's good that it caught it, so nice. The annoying part, as a citizen dev, technically I have to go and sort this out everywhere. So you know what? Let's sort it out in a different way. Let us take, presuming I can do this, to be honest, I don't know, but let's find out. There, yes. I'm just going to cheat a little and wrap this one in lowercase. That way, it doesn't matter where it appears. In fact, before I do that, to validate, to make sure that this will be a fix, again, I advocate for this. Do the thing with many, many little tests. So a simple thing here, right? Let's take out that lower first. Let's take that out. Leave it as is. Now, if I run this and I put in the same again, I should expect that all of those are going to be the limey green, yellow, horrible color. Yes, because I didn't fix all of them. So if I close that out, and instead I now go and change this to be lower, then it's still not actually going to fix it on here, but if I reset things and I introduce the same word, Yeah, so we still got the same word. www, enter. That one's fixed because we did fix that manually. www. Oh, of course, because I didn't type the damn thing. I tell you, my brain. All right, that's interesting. That's not what I expected. What did I do? Got the on-change, lowered, self.text is words, word to guess. Huh. Did I not trigger the on-change? Words, on-change. Word to guess. Why? Why is that happening? Let's try a different thing entirely. Dift. In fact. Okay, well, that worked. It must have been because it was the same word. That's interesting. Huh. That is interesting. So, yeah, it's a subtle point. Anyway, so it's fixed. Wonderful. Excellent. I'm just going to leave that first one because I'm a citizen dev. I'm not going to change every formula. Oh, that's bad. I'm sorry. Right, okay. Let's get our notepad up again. All right, so this was what we were doing last time. Highlight letters in Word. We've done that. Highlight letters and keys. I'm going to ignore that for the time being because, to be honest, I spent so much time trying to make the keys, the label, different colors last time that I really just want to have a functional game. So I'm going to focus on that. So I want to focus on the end condition. I want to focus on word lists, random word selection. So let's do word lists because that's something new. But before I get to that, I'm going to add another screen because really I want a start screen. So in the game of Wordle, you go to here, and on the phone, it's basically the same thing, roughly, and you press play, and that takes you to the game. So now I'm going to add a screen with a play, and that will allow me to start the game. Now I'm still going to continue with the same thing I've been doing. I'm not making it fancy yet. I'll do the fancy graphics and other stuff at a later point. For now, I just want something that works. So let's just start doing this a little bit nicely. Let's say start screen. And let's say this is called game screen. Now, interesting thing, it's been a while. One of these will be the start. Now, I think, yes, there's a start screen. I think I can set that here. Start screen, there it is. Okay, so that in theory should mean when I press play, it starts on the start screen. Right now, that's going to do, well, obviously it's not going to do it from there. It needs to do it from the actual app. I wonder, do I have to navigate start screen? Okay, cool. That in theory should work. We'll play around with it. Okay, so we have a start screen. I'm going to, can I move this up? Yes, I can, because it just makes more sense to have it at the top if it's the start screen. And all I'm going to do is add a button roughly somewhere in the middle. And I'm going to call it start because, you know, why break the... All right, play, fine, play. Please play with me. All right, so got the play, go to my on select. And what I want to do here is I want to basically... what do I want to do? Really, I want this to actually find the word. So I need to be using this to set that. However, I don't have words yet. I just wanted this in here first. So let's just start with a... Actually, we have said var word to guess. Let's hard code this in here. Okay. And then navigate to my game screen. So that takes us to the screen as soon as we press the button. Press the button, takes us to screen, Guard is the word to guess. Wonderful. All right. Obviously, all that stuff is what it is, but we'll get to that later because I don't care to fix that for this moment in time. Perfect. Excellent. Excellent. Now, words. We need to find some words. So I've been thinking about different ways to do this. I could absolutely hook it up into an API. For those that don't know, an API is essentially a service, a website, a thing that I can hook my app into, and I can connect to that, and it will give me words. So I can do that. There are dictionary APIs. I can connect and I can do that. But that's really a pro-codey thing. I mean, technically, I can wrap it in a Power Automate flow and do all sorts of snazzy stuff. But again, more complicated than I really need at this point. All I actually need is a list of words that are acceptable 5-letter words, and I need to randomly select one of them for the game. So I'm going to have a predefined Excel list. Keep it simple. So I did a little bit of research on this a while back when I was prepping for this. So what I'm looking for, and unfortunately I'm probably going to have to stick to the American English form. So Scrabble word list. Scrabble's a word game, and Scrabble happens to have an officially defined list, which I found before. Let's hope I can find it again. This looks like it. And the thing that I like about this is it is actually split into all sorts of different useful things. So here I can actually find one that simply says 5-letter words. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's split into all these different ones. Oh, surely there's one that just gives me the 5-letter words. Oh, full list of... No, 2 letters? Who plays... Can you do 2-letter words in Scrabble? God, I haven't played in so long. Wait, why has this one got a full list? But the 4... Why has the 5 not got the full list? That's not fair. Oh, there's quite a lot, actually. Wow. Who'd have thought there would be that many? All right, actually, no. So we've got beginning, containing, and ending. Ooh, fancy. You know what? I'm going to stick to just taking one of these for now. So we're just going to have words that contain E. That's going to be a bunch of words, I would have thought. Oh, no, don't want that. Ooh, this is a bad sign. Is this a dodgy website? Collins Dictionary. No, should be. Why does it not give me a downloadable list? Right, no, I'm not going to use this because this looks horrible. I'm sure I did find a different thing that actually gave me a nice list. Ooh, here we go. Ooh, 8,913. Nice. Word. Oh, it feels like someone's been here before. Oh, no, that's just cheating. That is absolutely outright cheating. Let's see. What was this thing called? Official Scrabble. Yeah, but I don't want such a small list. I want to actually have a big list. And I definitely found this before. Annoyingly, I really should have captured where I found it. Ooh, a Scrabble Player's Dictionary. Ugh, these are all terrible websites, if I'm truly honest. So many cookie pop-ups and other things. You know what I can also do is I can obviously go to the wonderful friend of ours, ChatGPT, which I'm going to go to in a moment, to be honest, because I will find the dictionary. Actually, let's... Sorry, Bing. Scrabble Dictionary CSV. Hey. A board game stack exchange. That's interesting. Yes, I am a human. Come on. Ha! All right, so that's text with definitions. Oh, I don't need definitions. All right. Let's see if this gives us what we want. Oh, that's... of course. You know what? I'm just going to go to ChatGPT for now. Hello. I like to be friendly to my AIs. Please. Actually, is there a Scrabble downloadable CSV file of... Wow, that's a terrible way of phrasing it. But I'm going to do that anyway. Ooh, see, it's searching. See, Google is going to die, I'm afraid. Hey, that's what I found. Look at that, Board Game Stack Exchange. Oh, I think it's just Googling in the background. Also known as, that's what it was. It was some random, it actually had a specific name. Term merged word, yes. Ooh, there's a British words one. But these are going to come with the complete words I would have imagined. NASPA, yes, this is the thing I found. Ugh. This is going to end up taking my entire time, isn't it? Insane. Ooh, word sources, NWL, there we go. Electronic editions, right, so that's a desk. Do we have any split down to 5? It isn't. Okay, okay, that's fine. Oh, for goodness, right, you know what? Thank you, but no. Oh. And there I go down another rabbit hole. All right, GitHub. This might work. gzip. Do I really want to go down a gzip route? Dictionary. Dictionary. CSV. Hey. Yeah, nice. Cool. Right. You know what? I'm going to download that. And we're going to do some Excel wizardry. I love Excel. All right. Of course, the question is, do I have Excel? Yeah, GitHub. That's it. Thank you very much. Now, I am logged into my dev tenant. In theory, I do have something and our wonderful thing that takes us to Copilot straight off. Obviously, I don't want to go to Copilot. Just take me to... It's funny, I was actually just reading something about this on LinkedIn today. Yeah, there we go. Excel. Right. Okay, so upload a file, downloads, dictionary. So we want to get rid of a whole bunch of things now. Is there an option to just sort based on the length straight off? I don't know if there actually is off the top of my head. Column A, so, no. I could sort, but that's just going to be alphabetically, so no, we don't want that. Of course I need to edit. Oh, for goodness sake, stop with the pop-ups. Stop with the pop-ups. Length, yes, we want that of this. Because, you know, I'm a citizen dev. If I was doing this as a developer, what I would be doing is dropping into PowerShell and writing scripts to do this. But instead, I'm thinking a little outside of the box and working with the tools that I happen to have. So in this case, that would be Excel. So I now need to take this formula and wrap it all the way down to the very bottom. Oh, not that far down. No. How many words are in here? Oh, too many to do that. Scroll, 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 scroll. Come on, get us to the Zs. Sassy, that's a good 5-letter word. Triptych, what the heck's triptych? I like the sound of that one. God, there's so many. There's definitely other ways to do this, isn't there? All right, you know what it is? That's the way to do it. Done. All right, now I have now got the length. Now what I want to be doing is I want to sort this based on that column B. Doesn't have any headers, sort ascending, sure, why not? Perfect. Okay, now in the very rough and ready world that we're living in right now. Oh, you know what? We're going to do it even. There's a link. You know, I think it actually blocks out links. So I'm not seeing a link, I'm afraid, unless you're talking about the link that you provided. Yeah, it doesn't give me links, unfortunately. Probably thinks that you're trying to send me a virus. You're not trying to send me a virus, are you? Right, no, what I'll do is I'm going to just simply filter this. I don't care about that top one, so that's fine. And we're just going to select 5s, and we're just, because really this is rough and ready. I don't actually need it to be perfect. I just need an example that I can work with. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to just stick it in a new. Of course, keyboard shortcuts don't work. All right, there we go. 5-letter words, and a whole bunch of these. Zowie. What the heck's a Zowie? I'm going to have to look that up afterwards. 8,636. Excellent. Well, this is fun. Right, so I've not actually used Excel in a Canvas app, so this is going to be a first for me. But I did do a little bit of reading ahead of time, and I believe what I need to do, first of all, is save this to another thing. Where's my... Oh, that's annoying. All right, you know what? Let's just get rid of the other one. Yeah, you can go away. Bye-bye. Don't need you now. We got a dictionary. We're going to save that as create a copy. Yeah, that's fine. We are going to call this word list because that's what everything like this should be called. We'll keep it in Excel format because I believe it needs to be in Excel format. I'm going to insert that above. In fact, sorry, I'll take that back. Instead, I'm going to select the whole lot and I'm going to turn it into a table. My table does not have headers, but give me a header if you want. That'd be nice. Column 1, word. All right, so I'm led to believe that's what I need. So let's save that and let's save a copy, download that. So I now have a word list. Back to my app. All right. Yeah, now the fun begins. Data, is it data? Yeah, let's try it. Excel. This is how we all do stuff, isn't it? We just try to find it. Is it there? All right, so I can add static data, or I can use Excel Online to connect with it. That's interesting. Exported Excels. Oh no, that's for Dataverse. I don't want that. I didn't even know that was a thing. I would always recommend to try and build apps when you get a chance because you will find things that you didn't realize existed. That's something I didn't realize. I don't know if I want static data because I want the ability to be able to modify it. This one is calling out to me, but it also means I imagine you're supposed to have a license. Yep. Okay. Connect. Yeah. So it needs it to be in OneDrive or some other location. You know what? Let's go really basic and just have static data. Let's see how that works because I'm going to be interested to see if I can modify it afterwards as well. All right. There's my table. Connect that. Okay, so I didn't use the column name. That's a shame. I actually used the table name. I could, but the thing is that this word list, yes, I could put the words into a collection, but I want the word list to be the list of valid words that I'm actually testing against as well. So it should be saying that if I put in a 5-letter word that isn't actually a word, it will not let me accept it as put it in as a guess. So ideally, I have lots of 5-letter words in there. So that is now a table. let's see how we work with it. If we go back to the start screen, to the button, I want this to, now that's the other thing. How do I get a random list? I did actually do this before. I have a feeling, you know what? Let's go to our wonderful world of ChatGPT again. In PowerFX, always set the context. I need a random word from an embedded Excel spreadsheet. This is probably a little more than I could have asked it much more straightforwardly than this. How do I do that? Please. I should have put in a please. It's going to give me a bad answer now. Well, that's not quite right what happened. Is that really the way to shuffle? That's what I want. Yes, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it really simple. Wait, what? Formula to get a random word, this. But better written as this. What? Why is it giving me two different things? Why is it even given this? Like, ours is not the reason why, ours is just a type. Okay, so if we go over here and let's stick that just verbatim and tweak it. So we want the, nope, we are already setting a variable, so we can get rid of that. We need to shuffle and we need to put in here table 1 because I stupidly have it called table 1. We're taking the first n. I don't even need n. Why is it even, I could just use first, can I not? Yeah, I'll stick with n for now. Now that I assume is going to give me a record. Incompatible type. All right, shuffle table. Oh, interesting. Like I said, Canvas apps is not my forte. It is definitely a table. I wonder if this is upset at the size of it. Let's try shuffle table. Is that still saying table? Yes, it is. But it's still giving me an error. Why? First n. I'm just going to use first. Just keep it simple. Always keep it simple. Okay. Fair enough. Let's just take out the shuffle and just make sure I can actually use the thing. Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm missing a few brackets. Yeah, we're getting somewhere there. Ooh, it does not like that. Oh, no. We're getting a record, so no, it's not a table anymore. So that's good. So yes, there we go. Ha-ha! Ed. Is that the first one? I assume that. Yes, there you go, first one. All right, so we now know that that works. Again, like I said before, if you have problems, break it down to the simplest thing. Axioms. Work with what you can to start with. So we know this works. So now we want to try and wrap this in shuffle, because technically shuffle is how you shuffle a collection. Perfect. No error this time. So it was obviously I had a bracket in the wrong place. So now that that's happening, it's going to give me a random word. Bergs, like Edinburgh. Oh, that's interesting. Every time I evaluate it, it gives me a different one. Ooh, that's going to be, oh, that's going to do what? Penny. Lovely. Right. Okay, let's just try it. So random word, press that. Inure. Yes. Okay. Let's go to our list of things that we're doing. Nope, that's not the list. That's the list. Word list, tick. Random word selection, tick. See, now we're knocking them off. End condition. Now, in theory, this should be fairly straightforward. So every time we press enter, there's a few things we wanted to do. We've already got a few of those things in here in this horrible format, so let's start tidying this up a bit. So if the count is greater than that, then false, because we want to do nothing. Otherwise, if the length is less, then notify words too short. Then we want to collect. That's interesting. Okay. Right, okay, yeah. See, this is the joys of this language. All right, so condition, true. Condition, if true. Otherwise, so this is the else. So everything in here happens in the case that it is a 5-letter thing. So this is where we want to work. All right, so what do we want to do? We want to collect the words guessed. Yeah, I mean, technically we do. We want to set the current word to that. Okay, we'll leave that for now. Number of guesses. Okay, cool. We probably want to introduce some kind of variable to say whether or not game is finished. So let's do that. Let's go back to the other screen and let us put in something here. So before we navigate, we want to set some other variables. Set bar game over false. So we want to reset that every time we click that button. Okay, so now game over is not. I really should be doing all this stuff. Let's go to our button, because this is our button that's resetting things that we did before. Let's do something similar here. Let's see how much of it we need. Clear cloud is used. It is irritating, isn't it? Yes, I have to agree, but I am functional first. I'm blind to the formatting of the labels. I will fix them. Don't worry. But oh goodness sake, 12 minutes till the end of the hour. Time flies when you're having fun, I tell you. Right, number of guesses 0. Yes. Collect. Yes. Bar current word. We don't need to do that because we are. Actually, no, we do need to do that. Clear col words guessed. Yes. Okay. All of that's good. Let's just keep all of that. Resets the lot. Perfect. Let's get rid of some other stuff so we can tidy it up a little bit. I'm going to leave that in there because it's good to see. I don't need this anymore. And I don't need that anymore because I can go back to the start. So centered in them squares. Fine. I'll help you out, shall I? Here we go. Let's go and click, 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 click. God, it makes me think I'm playing Minecraft. I've been playing far too much recently. I get to sleep far too late because I'm playing that stupid game. I say stupid, but it's a fun game. All right, now they're centered. So there's at least, oh, that looks much better. Obviously the gaps are irritating. So again, I'm not doing anything fancy with this. I'm just eyeballing and using the nice little guides which are anchored to other things. Oh, that's horrible, but as long as they look roughly right for now, then we can tweak afterwards. More or less. I definitely would never recommend you do this when you're doing these apps. Get into using galleries or formulas to set these out properly. But at the very least, I'm going to have a roughly equal thing. Yes, the size of everything is not right, but for the time being, that at least looks... Ooh, there's still a thing in here. What's that? Oh, is that my... Yeah, I don't need that. Yeah, nice. Oh, and look, it even tells us the center. Wait, where is it? There. Wait. Oh, so close. Give me the center. Oh, yeah. Wait, which one's the center? Is that the center? Yeah, that'll do. Look, it's already even better. Excellent. All right, so yes, endgame. Okay, so actually, technically, I'm gonna put it in here as well, and var or var game over. So if it's game over, we want game over. You know, this is a true or false, so that should work. So, to be fair, sometimes I do like to have it more explicit. It is additional wordiness, but it just sometimes can be easier to read. My pleasure. Anything for the audience. Yeah, I'm going to put that in because just at a glance, it means that I know that this is a variable. I can see it straight away that it's a Boolean, because that's much more obvious than if I just put in the variable name. That's not as obvious that that's what it actually is supposed to be. So let's be explicit. All right, so I guess 5-letter words. Now we want to get into this point. So we have put in, okay, and now what we want to do is, I'm going to do it after the collection. I'm going to do it here, and I'm going to just do simple if the current word is, let's lower. Let's avoid that issue, shall we? The current word is equal to lower of var word to guess. Then let's just go full-blown end game, because I just want the game working. Now I do have to actually put in an otherwise. Not there. For goodness sake, see, this is it. My brain, nighttime. Ridiculous. Otherwise, nothing. I'm just going to stick in a false. I don't think I actually have to put that in there. I think, can I just take that out to make it cleaner? Yeah, that works. It does look a bit messy though, doesn't it? But let's see. All right, so var game over. If the game is over, then we want to throw up just a ridiculously large thing that says, well done, you did it, because why not? Well done, you did it. Let's be drony. Because, you know, this isn't Wordle. Let's be even more ridiculous. Let's put in a space. We covered this before. I do like to use it, so let's do some string interpolation. The word was, drum roll please, var word to guess. Hey, fees. What the heck is fees? I would never guess that. What's a fees? Someone tell me in chat what fees means. All right, well done. And I only want to show that when, so we come to visible, lovely property. So this should be var game over, because it should only show when the game is over. Now it's obviously going to be a bit nasty. It's just going to cover it up, but technically it doesn't matter so much. All right. Does that mean we have a working game? I think we have a working game. Let's give it a go. Blah. No. Oh, there's an F in it. Excellent. I wonder where that F could possibly be. Let's go. Oh, yes. I need to check the words. That's what I've not done yet. Yeah, because we could put in any old characters. Anything at all. Oh, there's an E there. Never would have guessed. All right, let's go and do that. So end condition is technically there. So what the heck? Ooh, I did insert. You don't want that. Check word valid. Okay, so we want that to be in enter. We want it to be around about here. So we're not collecting it at this point. We want to check before we collect anything. We want to check. What are you generating? What? Ooh. All right. Sure. No, 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 no. That is a ridiculous thing that it's trying to do. All right. Anyway, what am I doing again? The word. Is the word a valid word? Okay. So if, so this one we want, I don't really want to wrap everything in multiple if statements, but I can't think of a better way to do it right this moment. So I'm going to do if var current word in, is it going to work like that? That's probably not going to work, but let's see what happens. What are we doing for this? We don't need to do anything if it's in, otherwise we're going to notify. Not a word. We're going to be very angry with that, because how dare you suggest that as a word? Now, if I was programming this, I would want to put in something here along the lines of return, so it doesn't do anything else after this. I'm not sure I have such a thing here. Well, it won't be exit, because I'm pretty sure that's exiting the, yeah, running app. We don't want to be doing that. Oh, that means I have to wrap it in an if. All right, this is one of those things that I'm going to have a think about. Unless someone in the chat wants to suggest a better way to do it, that would be neater than this horrible way of doing it. But for the time being, I'm going to, because it actually doesn't matter. Like, none of these things should happen if it's not a valid word. So, in theory, that is all I should need to do. Yes, not a word, because you idiot. This is going to be caps. Is that? I don't think it matters for in. We'll find out in a moment. Right. W-E-R-T-F. That's not a word. Not a word! Thank you. Words. Plurals and exist in the... Oh, that's not so obvious. Word too short. Oh, because it went on to the next one. Ah, that's interesting. Is that how it works in the game? Because that's not obvious at all, is it? So that's actually basically saying it accepted the word and it just moved on. I think in the game it has animations, and so that's why that's much nicer. All right, well, we're getting to the stage of nice to haves rather than functional app. But we do have a functional app at this point. So we've got validation, the... let's go and put in plead. That's another 5-letter word. Oh, and it's an E. Oh, I've got 2 E's. I've got an F. That's in the wrong place. I wonder if I put in free... What could it possibly be? Freet? That's a word, isn't it? Not a word. Oh my goodness. How dare I say that? All right, well, let's take that out of the way. Let's just put in fees, which is a stupid word. Well done, you did it. The word was fees. And I win. Excellent. Okay. So I have a game where it's randomly selecting a word from a list of, what was it, 8,000 words. It is validating each time against the word list, so that it's a valid word or not. Excellent. It is highlighting everything where it's supposed to be. I have the ability to backspace and enter and all the rest of it. All is that good? So, really, now we start getting into making it just better, really, and nicer and neater and tidier. Because, you know, this is horrendous, but it is what it is. And really, we also want a state where it tells you you failed miserably because you're an idiot. Oh, sorry, obviously it's not going to say that. So let's do it in another way. So we want to really introduce another variable, do we? Another winning variable. You want to know whether you won or you lost. You don't need a variable for that, I suppose. You could have a number of guesses is equal to 6. Yeah, we could do that. We'll just use the number of guesses as a proxy for that. All right, so for that one, what we want to do is we want to actually modify the visibility of game over one here, because this is actually where it's game over and the count A of var number of guesses is greater than or equal to 6. No, actually, less than 6. Okay, why, what have I done wrong here? Function counting, okay. Oh, for goodness sakes, why am I counting? Oh yeah, because we weren't actually using that. Technically, yeah, I'd actually changed that so I didn't have to. Yeah, LXCC. But I was actually incrementing it, so I could use either, but I'm going to go back to using the collection because that's what I'm supposed to be using. So words guessed less than 6. Game is over because we've won. Let's go back to the beginning. Back to the start screen. Press play. Resets everything. It's now Condo. Oh man, now I need to actually put in lots of words. All right, fine. Let's go back to lovely words. 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 Because I want to see what happens when I get much further down the list. I need to look at that first one that had lots of A's so I could just click in one place. Okay. Wait a minute. Where did I go wrong here? Label it. Oh, goodness. So another thing, when you do this, obviously I've been doing this like I'm playing and brand new at all this, so I've not renamed anything. Thankfully not fees this time. Yeah, label 29. Is that the one? Nope, that is not the one. That's the last label there, so it's got to be one of the ones at the bottom. Label, surely it's not label 2. Why have I got lots of label 4s? Label 1. Ah, there we go. Label 1. So it's counting that less than. Why is that? Oh, right. Okay, yeah, I suppose. Less than or equal to 6. No, that wouldn't be right either. Wait a minute. Why am I... Yes, that's valid, because I haven't succeeded. Of course. So what we actually want is another label, because I'm going to go crazy and do it this way. You could vary the text. You know, that's another way of doing it. That's clever. But instead, I'm going to be nasty. Again, game over, you lost. Word was $, bar, word to guess. Yeah, so really you kind of want something to allow you to go back as well, but let's make the background of this something, it's a nice color so that at least it, yeah, we're gonna go with big giant red because you failed and you lost. Yeah, that one, that's a nice one, that's horrendous. And then we want to change the opacity. I talked about this last time, so we want to change the alpha. Let's put it to, let's see what it looks like. Ooh, yes, that looks suitably nasty. Let's do it over the whole thing. Let's make the text white so that people can actually read how bad they've done. Let's make it bigger. 64 too big. Oh, that looks horrendous. I love it. Love it. You know what? In fact, I'm going to tweak that slightly. Give me the text. Game over. Yes. Let's go. New line. You lost. Yeah, that's nice. And we're going to center it because otherwise I'm not a monster. Okay, I'm a little bit of a monster. All right, so we've got that one, and that we want to only appear when really it's different to the other one. So let's go with that. Visible. And we want it to be when the game is over and the count is greater than or equal to. No, greater than. No. Oh, why am I being so dumb? So equal to 6. Yes, so it's definitely had 6 guesses. Why is the game not over? The game should be over. Oh, okay. We're just skipping it because that's the count. Nope, that's greater than. Okay, so that one's not there. That's not. That should be coming into here. So if it's in there, then it's going to. All right, let's just see. This is where it gets late and my brain stops working. I've been saying that now for an hour. I don't think my brain ever started working. Okay. When I press the button, I want it to check a bunch of different things. So the first thing we're checking, the count of the words guessed. If it's greater than 6, it's not. It's currently 6 because I've guessed 6, or the game is over. Why is the game not over? I thought it would have been over. Anyway, all right, so neither of these conditions is true, so it's going to move on. It's not too short, so it's going to ignore that. It's going to come to this. It's going to check the word. Is it in the table? If it is, then it'll do these things. If it isn't, it's going to notify not a word. Fine. Okay. I wonder if I should just be more explicit. No, I think this is fine. I think this is fine. We're collecting the words guessed. Lower. Yeah, see that? So what's the current word? Current word is blank. Word to guess is that. All right, did I just need to add in another word? Let's stick in another word. Right. So we're going to too many words. We're definitely going to too many words. Okay, game over count. But the game over should. Why is it not hit? Okay, fine. See, again, logic. All right, so then set it to true because it's equal to that. It's not. Okay. Oh, okay, and then we're just resetting. Right, okay, of course. We need to actually do something with this. So if... See, because now we're going to just hit this point here. Okay, fine. I think I need to take that out. So if it's greater than 6, then I want to... Yeah, this is definitely... I need to work through this. Var game over true. Is that going to be all it needs? Well, that's better. It certainly has worked. Let's go back to play. And then let's do... I wonder. Of course, that's not a word. Why would I think that's a word? That's not a word. Plead. That's a word. Good. Plead. How many words can I do? Short. words, because we did words before, so why not? Wow, whoa, that's not a word. Oh, goodness, click the things. Words. And yeah, okay, so I definitely have too many going on there. Let's go and change that now. If there's, I'm going to do greater than or equal, just in case somehow accidentally it goes up more than it should do for whatever reason, then we should always hit it. When it comes to these sort of conditionals, dealing with the less than or equal to, I almost always want something to catch all. Because it is possible somehow accidentally it gets to 7 and it should just never be in that position. So that's your better point, I would say. Okay, so game over is true. That's the dead point. Doesn't matter. No, that's not right. Because what's going to happen there is on my 6th guess, regardless of whether it's a valid word, it's going to just say no. That's it, broken. So if the count, yeah, so I do want that to be greater than 6, and it should not be this. It should be false, because it should do absolutely nothing if it's greater than 6. Greater than or equal to 6, because at that point we've already had 6 guesses. Okay, that I'm more happy with. But now what I need to do, so we're guessing 5, we're collecting it, we're doing that, game true. Okay, so I think it's going to be in this area. So if, I'm going to be explicit and put in a different if statement because I just can't be bothered thinking more than I currently am already trying to. Yeah, let's just be repeating ourselves. So if it's equal to that, but we found this last time, not equals, then, sorry, and count a call words guessed is greater than or equal to. Right, we've already, have we count? Yes, we have. Okay, so that's fine. I'll talk this through in a moment. I know I'm supposed to be more wordy with all of this, but yeah. Count. Oh, I need another bracket in there. Of course I do. Oh, why are you being so upset right now? All right, let's see. Lower, lower. Okay. You know, I'm just going to put more brackets in to just make sure that this is explicit. So, oh, that's interesting. I added my extra bracket. Lovely. Count. Then this should be. Aha, there we go. All right, so if that's true, then we have hit the end game. So that's when we're going to stick that. Not that, because that's not the latest thing that I needed. That's what I need. Game over, true. You failed. You suck. And then current word, number of guesses. None of that stuff matters at this point, I think. Do I need to do that again? Let's go back to the beginning. Do it again. I'm just going to go with the happy path first because I just want to see it work. Yes, I won. Oh, what the hell's going on? Something else to fix. Lovely. But that doesn't matter. Let's do that again. What the heck is Ulne? You know what? No, I need to know this. I don't know what that is. Very simply, that's algae. That's not Elne. Ulne? Oh, for goodness sakes, what is this rubbish in here for? Oh, now it's just irritating. Oh, it's because I spelt it wrong. Ulne. Free dictionary, huh? Go away with... The bone extending from the elbow to the wrist on the side opposite the thumb. Is that the jutty out thing? The jutty out bone. The bone extending from the elbow to the wrist. Wait, no. Elbow to the... Oh, okay, no. Interesting. I wonder. Okay, cool. That's fine. We're going to ignore that, and we're just going to keep testing. So we want to see... No, that's not what we want. We want just... I don't want to think. I'm just going to put in this... How have I broken it? You know what? On that note, I'm going to have to end it because that's just frustrating. And this is the joys, again, of doing this stuff. It's... I've obviously introduced something here that I'm not supposed to have done, and I just can't be bothered facing it right this very second. It's in there, but I do want to know. It's irritating. I must know. You know what we're going to do? We're going to just take this out. Okay, well, at least I'm not getting the errors again. Or not getting the weird thing again. So let's just put in the actual word. Okay, right. So that conditional statement broke it. Of course it broke it. Why did it break it? If lower word, current word, yes, they're not equal, so that's what we want. We're checking that it's not the same word. And the count of words guessed, which is currently at 3, greater than or equal to 6, and then we set the game over to true. Why would this break? Oh, for goodness sake. And breathe. One little bit of punctuation can really screw you over. That's assuming what I just did there actually was the thing that fixed it. Let's just go and check again, shall we? Good. Good. It's working. All right, let's get to the failed state. Please work, because if this works and it fails, then I have a working game. And then I can actually play Wordle until next week. I know there's rough edges. I don't get me wrong. There's definitely rough edges. But it is going to be cool to play Wordle. Maybe cool's the wrong word. Yes! I have a working Wordle. You know what? Now that I'm at it, I want to finish the working part. So what I really want to be doing is going back here, clicking that, getting rid of this so I don't need to see it anymore. And I want to, yep, that's all good. I want to get that label. So this is the fail condition. Thank you very much. It's good to actually have it work. And this is the joy of programming, is when things work. And when you solve problems, but when it works. All right, so I've got that. I want to have another button. Let's stick another button in there because I love a button. Yeah, and this one, we want to say play again. And we want that to appear when, well, actually, let's do navigate first. So navigate to start screen. So that basically just goes straight back and it'll allow us to reset everything. And we want it to be visible when the game is over, because we want that button to be visible whether you've won or lost. So just that. And to be explicit like we had it before. Yes. Now, all right, now I'm going to play live. I'm going to play, in fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to publish that. I'm going to get the phone out, and I'm going to play a game of Wordle on my app. This is going to be awesome. Oh, it's exciting. Am I still connected? Nope. 1 second. Let me connect this. Bear with me. Only a few more minutes, and I will have this. You'll see me play a late game of Wordle, which is a really bad idea. You see how bad I am at this. Well, saying that, it's going to have words that I haven't got a clue what the hell they are. I mean, Olney. I mean, come on. The hell's Olney? Yes, we're going to close that because that was the old version. We want Wordle up again. Give me the new version. New version should start with play. Oh, yes, sorry, you guys actually don't see that. Let me switch over. There we go. All right, so wish me luck. Oh, what could it possibly be? I'm going to play my normal game. Audio. Ooh, there's an I. Okay, then I'm going to shove into bench. Oh, there's an E. Okay. Now, oh, it's really hard without the... Yeah, the keys need to be highlighted. This is a much harder game without that. So probably an I and a something, I wonder. I've not used S yet, so S is likely. SP. Let's just throw in spite. Ooh! We're getting there. All right, so an I. We got an S, we got a T. I feel like it's gonna be, I suppose an I could be something like an IS. Rise. I mean, it could. Word too short. Good. It's telling me good stuff. Rise. I'm gonna go with risen because I want the N. Okay, good. So I know that there's I and E there. The S can't be at the beginning, so it has to be at the end. So the T goes where the S is or at the beginning. Let's see what... Afros. My hair's, when it gets long enough, then I can have an afro, so that's the future. S has to go at the end. Tides? No, I've already got a D, so it's not going to be that. L. Afros is my first word, but then I don't have the vowels. That's the word. L. That's got to be. Oh, I'm gonna go one guess less. Left. All right, what have we got? We've already kicked out a whole bunch of... Yeah, I definitely, next time I'm going to have to highlight the keys because this part's now tricky. So it's definitely T, definitely I. Yeah, N, M? Times? I mean, yeah, you can times something. All right, so that's an option. So let's just put that in for the time being. So that's possible. Can't be tires because I've already used R. Yep, times. Thank you very much, Igor. But no D. I've already tried. I have a bad feeling that it's going to be some random word that isn't. Yeah, screw it. There we go. Yep. Wait. I found a bug. Excellent. That's fine because that's a good thing. I know that the beard. That's actually a good starting word. Ooh, that's a very good starting word. I'm going to do that next time. All right. Some work to do. Excellent, though. I'm pleased as punch. So that, it's more or less worked. It's obviously the end game where I failed has not succeeded in this case. Well, thanks again for joining me on this wonderful trip down part 3. I don't know why the camera is not working right now. Let's press that button again. Go on, bring it up. Nope, doesn't want to come up. Yay, there it is. Yes, thank you very much. Wonderful chat. I love it. That makes it a very different experience, and I definitely want that to happen again next time. So please do join me next week. All of the hair-related bants, good. You will be behind. There is a delay in the chat. There is definitely a delay in the chat. It's the way of YouTube. But cool. All right. Very close to the end of this app. And I have to keep reminding myself. I feel bad because I've got 3 of these sessions and it's not complete. I honestly thought I would finish this in the first one. And again, it goes back to what I've said before. Developers, we all suffer from this. I think all humans do. We all suffer from overestimating things or underestimating. In this case, I thought 1 hour is plenty to build a Wordle app. Maybe if I was sitting at the peak of my brain power in a day, without talking, without any distractions, being really focused, I might be able to do it in an hour. Very unlikely. Just never going to happen. I mean, that's been, to all intents and purposes, that has now been 4.5 hours. In the grand scheme of things, 4.5 hours for a nearly complete Wordle app is still pretty good. It's less than a day. If I was doing this in a day, would have been done. So I have to keep telling myself these things. Yes, it is on the list. So that the highlight keys is one of the remaining things. So highlight keys, I have to finish next time because that just has to. It's important. We already started that last week, so we should be good to finish that. And obviously the end condition for failure, not working properly. But to be honest, I might just quickly finish that now because it's going to bug me otherwise. Yes, Igor, thank you. 4 times over the estimation. Just remind me of that next time I give an estimate when I'm working. Yes. I still maintain that a part of the overestimation here, or underestimation here, has been because I'm talking through everything as I do it. And the other part of it probably is that I'm ridiculously tired at late at night. Mind you, I'm always tired. The joys of having kids. And on that note, thank you very much again. That has been very enjoyable. I'm really enjoying building these apps on a regular basis in public. It works quite nicely, actually. I really do enjoy doing this. So I will keep doing it. And as long as there are people like your great selves out there joining me, I'll keep doing it while you keep watching. So thank you very much. And with that, good night.